Hi and welcome to section 1.2, example 2. Alright, this one's going to be a little bit harder than it looks. So here we have the sum of the first two terms of an arithmetic series is 13, and the sum of the first four terms is 46. Determine the first six terms of the series and the sum to six terms, or the sum of the first six terms. Okay, lots of information there. So let's break it down. What do we have? Well, the sum of the first two terms is 13. So that's S2 equals 13, right? Which is also T1 plus T2, if we want to think of it that way. Okay, the sum of the first four terms is 46. So the sum of the first four is 46. So S4 is 46, right? Which would be T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4. Okay, and what do we ask for? We're asked for S6, and we're also asked just what all of those terms are. T1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so what can we do here? Well, what we're basically going to need to find is we need to find T1, and we need to find D. Okay, right now, we don't really know. You might be able to do something fancy with the 13 and the 46 and just kind of work it out, but here's a surefire method. It's going to be quite a bit of work, but it will work. So we know that the sum of the first two terms is 13. And if we use the formula for that, that would be the n value for that one, right, is 2. So it'd be 2 over 2 bracket 2 times by, well, we don't know T1, so T1 plus n minus 1, well, that's 2 minus 1, and then D, again, we don't know. So that part we could simplify to be 13 equals, this part here cancels G just a 1, so we get 2T1 plus D, or 1D. Okay, so that is an equation there, but it has two unknowns in it. Well, we can also write a similar equation, right, for the fourth term. Right, so we could also write 46 equals, and in this case is 4, so 4 divided by 2, times by 2 times by T1, again we don't know, plus 4 minus 1 times by D. Okay, sorry that's a little bit crowded. And then simplifying that, we get 46 equals, that's 2 times by 2T1 plus 3D. And simplify, we get 46 equals 4T1 plus 6D. Okay, so now looking at these two, we have two equations, two unknowns. All right, so we have two equations, we have two unknowns. Okay, so what do we do here? Well, let's think back to skills that we've picked up along the way. Well, we learned in Math 10 that we can solve something like this by using, right, a method called elimination, or we could solve it by using a method called substitution. Okay, we could also solve it graphically, but that's usually pretty tedious, meaning it's, you have to be really specific and really exact. Okay, so substitution or elimination. How do we do that? Okay, I just extended the screen there. So substitution and elimination. So to do that, we want to set up our two equations. I will go, okay, equation 1 is this one here, so 13 equals 2T1 plus D. Equation 2 is our other one, it's 46 equals 4T1 plus 6D. Okay, now remember substitution is when you isolate one of these variables and substitute it in. Elimination, on the other hand, is where we want to cancel off a variable. So looking at this here, well, I see those ones there. That would be pretty easy to eliminate. So what we need to do is we need to multiply this top line. We need to multiply everything by 2. So then what we get is 26 equals 4t1 plus 2d. Second equation, we can leave the same. 46 equals 4t1 plus 6d. And then elimination, we can either add the two equations or subtract the two. In this case, we want to subtract them because we have 4ti and 4ti. So we subtract these, so we get 26 take away 46, which is negative 20, equals 4ti take away 4ti, gone. That's the point of this. Okay, so those are eliminated. And then equals 2d, and then remember it's take away 60, so negative 4d. We simplify that, we get d equals 5. Okay, so d equals 5, and then to find ti, or t1, sorry, it's going to be pretty simple. We just sub into one of these formulas. So we could go, so we've got d equals 5, and then I'm going to go over here. We go 13 equals 2t1 plus d, which is 5. So we get 8 equals 2t1, t1 equals 4. Okay, so we found those. Looking back at our original question, right, the original question asked, determine the first 6 terms and the sum of the first 6 terms. Okay, so the first 6 terms. So the first one is 4. Second one, well, it's 5 more than that, so it's 9. Then it's 14. Then it's 19. Then it's 25. So that's 5 terms. And then it's, then it's 29. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are our first 6 terms. And then second part of the question says find the sum of them. Right? So we could just add those up if we wanted to, right? Or we use the formula, right? That formula is S6 equals, okay, n divided by 2. So that is 6 divided by 2. And then bracket, we can go t1 plus tn. Well, tn in this case is t6, which is 29. So we get 6 over 2, which is 3, times by 33, which is 99. So the sum of all those is 99. All right, so as I promised, a little bit more difficult than it looks, but it brings back skills that you've learned in the past, and you get to use them actually in order to find an answer. So you use substitution or elimination to do a problem like this. Whenever you have, right, 2 equations, 2 unknowns, that's what you do. You use a method like that.